Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to paint a zebra. So here I'm using my fine liner brush with the HD art gels. When you're working with gel, you just need to make sure that you work slowly, and as the fine liner brush is so thin, you need to pick up almost like little droplets of paint, and then you can use them to pull down and paint into the areas that you want to. For this particular design, I wanted to do almost like a zebra's face. So what I did is I used Google, and I found a couple of different reference pictures. So I then just followed these reference pictures and started to paint my design. When you're happy with each section, you can also just flash cure your gel in the lamp, so that you don't have to worry about smudging it or anything like that. So these particular gels that I'm using here were created by me for our HD professional range. So they got tested to be used within the Accents hybrid lamps and also the Accents compact lamps. And this is because I've been a distributor for Accents for many years now, and they are the lamps that a lot of my customers already had. So to make it easier for them, that's what we decided to do, was have them properly tested so they could be used in existing lamps. So for full cure and to make them tack free, my art gels are a 90-second cure in a UV LED lamp and 2 minutes in a UV. But play around with the timings if you've got a different lamp. So here I'm just carrying on creating, adding in my lines. You want them to be irregular, you want to go from thick to thin. Use the very point of the brush to pull any of the gel down where you've got it heavier in some places and you want more gel. You don't always have to keep on adding loads of gel. And keep looking back at your reference picture. So I'm going to add some more here, and I'm going to go within the other section that I've just done and pull it round so we get a nice pattern. This is going to form the end of his face and where his nose would have normally been. And I'm just doing it section by section. So on this particular section here, I'm drawing up long lines which would be towards the top of his head, and just sort of follow in and out, making some parts thicker and thinner. And you can see you can get a really beautiful zebra look. So here I am adding definition to separate the face from the rest of the neck and body, which we will be painting next. And here I'm doing the lines a bit thinner and closer together to give the long face effect down towards the nose of the zebra. So here I'm continuing the lines up to create the top of his head, and I'm going from thicker to thinner to add the definition to ensure that it actually looks like a zebra's head. I'm always looking at my reference pictures to make sure that the shape and everything like that. If you struggle with this, I often, for something a little bit more complicated, will use a pencil first, where you can, they call it mapping out your design. So you can always draw your eye, the nose and the neck and stuff like that first. So here I'm just going to finish down towards where his neck would be. So you can now clearly see his eye, the top of his nose and his head. And I'm going to paint myself some small little guidelines as I want this to come up and round onto the nail. So you can see the little dots of gel that I'm putting in, and then I'll use these as my guide to come up and round the nail. And here you can see it's got a dramatic curve going up and round, because that's where his neck would be, and because his head's tilted in the image that I used. So we're going to join it up to the reference dots that I already put with gel, and it gives you a good idea of where your placement needs to be. So when you've fully cured your design for the 90 seconds, use a matte top coat. So I applied one coat, a fairly heavy coat, but not too heavy, because the gel art will leave it slightly raised, which you can do as well, which will give a really nice texture to the nail. It'll look like it's embossed. So I've done one coat and cured it, and then I've also done a second coat and cured it. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon, guys. Bye.